Oliver, Guinness, shamrocks, soda bread, shillelaghs, potatoes,
Leprechauns.
green beer. Now that we've gotten the St. Patrick's Day cliches out of the way, Ireland is doing pretty well.
It is, yes. This is another Irish tradition, that of the fast-growing economy, and the Irish economy is doing very nicely. It seems at the moment barely a week goes by without another piece of good news, either good news on mortgages or good news from the ratings agencies about the banks or on GDP. All seems to be going very well. The economy is forecast to grow at around 3 to 4% over the next couple of years. The eurozone is growing at less than 2%, so really going very nicely in Ireland.
Sounds like any European country might be very pleased to be posting figures like that.
Yeah, and it's all built on seemingly a solid recovery. Exports are growing nicely. That in turn is pushing unemployment down, which is helping consumer confidence, helping the housing market to recover, and helping the banks to recover a little as well. So a sort of broad and well-founded recovery in Ireland after what has been a very difficult period.
I guess the part of what's driven the boom and bust history of Ireland over recent years has been a somewhat wobbly national balance sheet, either at the official or the private level. Have those problems abated, or have they gotten better, or?
They've improved, but off a very difficult base. So Irish public debt is still very high, and if you look at the banks, Bank of Ireland, 17% of the loan book is non-performing loans. That's a huge number. In other banks, it would be mid to low single digits, be non-performing loans. So 17% is very big. Still a lot of problems there on the balance sheet. So it's not quite out of the woods yet.
And if you had to point out one factor for investors to be watching, what would you pick out?
Well, the danger in the medium term is that things almost go too well like they did in the past, and there's runaway growth in Ireland. And Ireland no longer has control over its monetary policy, over its interest rates. So at the moment, we're not at any sense at a stage where an independent Irish central bank would be raising interest rates, given that the state of the balance sheet, they wouldn't be doing that. But if things continue for the next year or 18 months and the Irish economy continues to grow, if there were an Irish central bank, it might be tempted to say, well, actually, let's maybe put interest rates up, cool things down a bit. But Ireland doesn't have control over that. The eurozone monetary policy will be made for countries such as France and Spain and Italy, all the big sort of eurozone countries, to try and help them recover. And if Ireland is an outlier growing very fast, monetary policy won't be made with Ireland in mind, it'll be made with everyone else in mind.
So we will hope that Ireland does not have too much good luck. Thanks, Oliver.